name is Destiny French, and I am running for ASMSU Student Body President. Basically, our campaign is one campus, one community, just bridging the gaps between the different organizations around campus to make this campus a better place for the students. We're really student focused, and we're all about awareness, empowerment, and involvement, and just really making sure that the students know what's out there and that they can have a good time while meeting new people. And yeah, so go.
So make sure.
Hi guys, my name is Jordan Garcon. I'm from Glendive, Montana. Destiny's from Los Angeles, California. I've been an RA here for 2.5 years, and that's one reason I decided I want to run here. I love helping people, and as does Destiny. Both of us have had a pretty big impact and definitely connected with students as we've been here the past 3 years, so we're really excited. Yeah.
Thank you.
And Justin, the floor is now yours.
Thank you. So my name is Justin Alport, and I'm running for Student Body President. And I'm running because I want to make MSU a better place, and by default, then you make Bozeman a better place. But I really love MSU and everything that it's gotten to offer me, along with all the education, but all the great relationships and the opportunities that I've been given. I'm really excited to be running with Devlin. She's been really great in all the organizations that we're involved in around campus. She's really, we had a great Students Against Sexual Assault fundraiser that she contributes so much to. So I'm really looking forward to that and making it a better place.
Hi everybody, my name's Devlin Gogan. I'm running for ASMSU Vice President, and the reason I'm running is that I think it's important that the students of MSU start to connect with their representatives in ASMSU a little bit better. We just had something for the non-discrimination ordinance, and a lot of people turned out, which was really exciting, but I think that could increase a lot. I'm also super excited to be running with Justin. He's a great person. He's one of the few people I know that has a dream and has a vision of what they want ASMSU to look like, and I think that together we can implement that and hopefully make campus better for everybody.
What is the most concerning issue on campus to you, and how would you address this issue to the student body?
I would say, currently, which ironically enough, with what happened this morning, is the growth of campus. Because it's growing so rapidly, and with that giant donation and the possibility of it growing even more, we're running unlimited space. I mean, we've talked about the new dorm that's going to go up, and where that is going up to me is slightly concerning. Along with how many students we have coming in and the limited student space, how do we expand on that? And then we take in the perceptions of the faculty and staff and everything that's offered to them. I think we're just growing really, really fast, and how do we do that sustainably?
On a slightly different note, I would say that with the increased population of MSU, something that we really need to address as an entire student body is that our as students, we don't tolerate sexual assault on our campus. And I think that the best way to do that is to increase awareness and increase education about what qualifies as sexual assault, and to really ask the young men that are going to be coming to MSU to be aware and to be more cautious and to be willing to step up and do the right thing in situations that are slightly gray. So with that, Justin and I are both excited for an increase of students, but with that comes more responsibility and what needs to be an increase in awareness.
Thank you. We're now going to open the floor to Destiny for a 30-second rebuttal.
I totally agree with what the other two candidates said. I also think just focusing on making sure that the students know what this campus offers, and having those discussions about the growth of campus is really important, and we're all about hearing the students' voice, not going in with our own ideas, but hearing what they have and intermingling them, and then seeing what the outcome is. Thank you.
Thank you, Destiny. Justin, a final 30-second close.
I would just really like to touch again on what Devlin said about sexual assault. no matter whether there's one occurrence or 30 occurrences, all of them are an issue. It's about changing that culture. The faster you grow and the more individuals we have here, the harder that culture is to change, to reach them all. So we really have to step up and face that head on, along with like the tangible effects of growing really quickly.
What do you feel are key services offered on campus to help make students healthier? And how can we expand these services?
So I think student health is kind of outdated. They've been working on remodeling that, but it's a really it's like a jigsaw puzzle of doctors and nurses in that building. And once again, with the increased growth here on campus and that expanding, I think it'd be good if we looked into those services and how we can make that a more comfortable and efficient space.
And something else that I think that we can do to try to increase just awareness about student health is to let students know a little bit more specifically exactly what they offer. And on top of that, to increase a healthier student body population, something that we can do and that will be on the next ballot, like you guys just said, is the $8 semester outdoor rec fee. I mean, I'm from Bozeman, I love it here, but I mean, most of the time students that come here to go outside and to hike and to ride horses and to go skiing or snowboarding. So I mean, we're a very active community, and by increasing funding for this, not only will we see more people get out, hopefully, but will increase the overall health of our community.
Thank you. Destiny, you'll have 30 seconds to respond.
I think that it's really hard to just narrow down to just one great service that this school has to offer because there's so many. So Jordan and I broke it down into three main components: physically, mentally, and academically. And there's with things like Smarty Cats to the rec center to go work out. Just having those resources will make students' life healthier and better, and just supporting whatever changes they want to see, what we want to see, and just working with them and making sure that students know that they're aware of what resources are out there.
Thank you. And Justin, you'll have 30 seconds to close.
So obviously, like the Jose's Fitness Center is an amazing facility that offers so much to students. So I think it's just important for the student body to be educated and be aware of how their money affects that and how those benefits that they reap from that fitness center is a result of what they put forth by being a student here at this college. Because it offers endless things. And I know we're working on the rock climbing wall expansion. That's just like another outlet that we have to offer more like recreation and fitness to students.
What advice would you give students who want to become more involved on campus?
Great question. This is basically what I do on like a daily basis. I'm all about student involvement and just really saying, like, making them see why they should join a club or why they should go to an event. Because sometimes students are like, well, why should I waste my time there? And making sure that they see, well, this is why, so you can network and meet people, but then also it's really fun, and most of the time it's a free event that you can enjoy, because we know that college students aren't in the highest class when it comes to money. So just making sure that students are heard and knowing the resources that are out there.
Thank you. Justin, you have 30 seconds to respond.
I guess I also mentioned this the last time. The advice I'd have to them is to just really be fearless, because student organizations and community service and all that stuff is really intimidating. There are these little cliques of people that have all this knowledge on one issue. Like to walk into a SASA meeting, they'd be like, what are you guys even talking about? So it's really to be fearless, get in there, because the truth is that individuals like Devlin and I, we're dying for you to come to our meetings. We're dying for you to get involved in anything that you can, because we need all the help that we can get, like for the causes that we support. So really just be fearless.
Thank you. And Destiny and Jordan, a final 30-second close.
Also, just my experience in different organizations and clubs, I kind of know what conversations to have with different people. And I think that's really important, because the way you approach someone can really alter their response. And just knowing how to approach someone, whether it be from athletics to Greek life, really can affect their results in coming and supporting these events.
It took me 20 minutes to find parking on campus this morning. Do you have any plans on improving parking?
issue that we've struggled with for the past years here at ASMSU. And it's not just going to be, I'm going to the parking service and demanding more parking spots. So we all know we're growing, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to do that successfully. So I think the main thing that needs to happen is us having a dialogue with parking service and saying, this is truly what students want. How can we work to get the students' voice into what you guys are doing to improve the parking on campus? And with it, I know it's frustrating for everyone, but it's something that, like everything, there needs to be groundwork laid and plans made, and that's something that's not going to happen in a month or two of me just adding more parking spots.
So on top of that, something that Justin and I have talked about a fair amount is that for students of MSU, continuing to build parking lots out in the middle of a field is not exactly what a lot of students that we've talked to are interested in, and I'm not entirely sure how we would, in fact I'm positive we wouldn't be able to get this done in the amount of time that we're in office, but something that I think would be really important and valuable to MSU would be opening a forum of discussion about potentially building a parking garage. And that's a big investment, but I think that the majority of students at MSU would agree that it's something that might be worth doing.
Also just encouraging the streamline usage, and if we need to expand where they pick up, or just work with the streamline, because that is a service that we have that could help students not worry about parking, as well as encouraging like carpooling, just because it can create some networks and some bonding that you wouldn't have created before.
So I think the issue of parking is actually really, really interesting because that's an issue that affects many students' everyday lives, and that's why we hear so much about it. The idea of a parking garage is really exciting, but as the executive, it's not like we could just be like, I'm going to allocate all your student funding for the next 10 years to a parking garage. Done. However, if enough students came to us and said, we need to look into this a lot, enough students get behind us, like that's when stuff gets done. We can start talking about it and we can lay the groundwork, but there are limits to what we can do. But if like 7,500 students signed a petition saying we need a parking garage, like that's something that gives us tangible materials to go and get stuff done. So that would just be a possibility, but we really need a lot of student input on it.
Are you willing to strong-arm Cruzado to lower tuition costs?
Okay, so here's my thing with Cruzado. Sometimes I'm like, Cruzado, really? But then I see her, and it's like seeing a celebrity for some reason, and I can't like control myself. Like every time I meet her, it's like meeting her for the first time. However, if students came to me and said that tuition was too high and I needed to have a stern talking with Cruzado, I would be more than willing to have that talk with her to the best of my abilities. Once again, I can represent that voice, represent that opinion that, yeah, tuition should be lower, like what can we do about this? But I don't know if she would listen to just me.
With that, like just as Justin said, like having that dialogue with Cruzado as well, but also asking her questions like, why are these being raised? What benefits do the students have when this tuition raised? And relaying that to the students. Because I think a lot of times when things start raising, the students are like, what the heck, why is this raising? I don't know what it's for. But if we can truly communicate the benefits to why it's raising or why it isn't raising or the benefits like that, then we can kind of get that relationship open and she can start listening as well as students can start listening as to why things are starting to happen.
Along with what my partner said, something that I think that we need to acknowledge is that even though tuition sucks, there are some logistical reasons as to why it's as high as it is. And I think that's something that we would need to look into if that were to be a concern by a lot of students, would be exactly why their tuition is as high as it is and see if there's any way that we could lower that, but not without looking over the logistics of why tuition is the price it is.
What makes you think that me, as a student, will use outdoor recreation resources just because I'll be paying for them when I don't even use them now?
That's a great question, and I could be asking the same question because I don't use the outdoor rec center, but there are plenty of thousands of other students on this campus that do. And it's about caring for one another and caring about what makes something fun for someone and that you may not enjoy. And that's part of our platform is one campus, one community. And just making sure that people feel at home and that you can care for someone that you don't know because you know that they'll hopefully will care back for you.
And with that, I think it's important to ask the student, why aren't you using it? Are you using it because those services don't interest you and you're just not an outdoor person? Or are there other places in the community that you can get better equipment? Are there places that you already have your own equipment? So asking those questions, I think that's a really good dialogue that we could have with that student, and it's not just like, I'm not using it, X, Y, and Z. There's reasons, and we need to figure those out.
I mean, I think that's something that we all struggle with to an extent, like why should we pay for something when we don't use it? I'd have to agree, it's just like, it is a whole like caring for one another type concept, that there are other areas where individuals pay into a program you use that they don't use. But all the programs that we pay into contribute to the cohesive environment that we have, to the pleasant experience of going to Montana State University and being a Bobcat. And once again, that outdoor fee is so vital to the culture of Bozeman and all the outdoor recreation that we have.
We're now going to move into the final closing statements. You each will have 1 minute for a closing statement, and we will begin with Justin.
Cool. Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming out. Thanks to our facilitators. Once again, Justin Elport, running for Student Body President. One of the big issues, as you've seen throughout this debate, is sexual assault awareness and risk reduction, and all those components is something that we're very passionate about, along with diversity here on the campus. Student space is something else that we're really focusing on, along with possibly looking into ASMSU and how that structure works along with the current budget. I'm very excited to be running with Devlin. She's a great leader, and thank you again, everybody.
So just along with that, I know that some people have had some questions about the platforms that Justin and I are running on. We would really love if you have any questions or any concerns. We'd be more than happy to sit down and talk to you about them. On top of that, even though Justin mentioned a bunch of our platforms, our job, if we win, is to represent the students of MSU, not to further our own agendas. So we really hope to be able to work for all of you to better MSU.
Thank you. And Destiny, a final closing statement.
So once again, my name is Destiny French, and I'm running for ASMSU Student Body President. This is Jordan Garceau, Vice President. And we're really just focused on making sure that MSU is one team, one campus, one community, making sure that students are aware, involved, and empowered, and knowing that we support them fully, and we are willing to hear their voice.
And just touching on that, we really just want to make known that we are willing to do the hard work for this job. I think all four of us up here can tell you we're not in this for the money, because I don't know if anyone, just like being the President of America, you can't do it for the money. But we truly want to help students and really put the hard work in to make sure the students' voice is heard, and to truly make their experience here at MSU the best that it can be.
Thank you all for showing up to this debate. You both had very good points of conviction. So just a point to the audience, you're able to vote for these candidates tomorrow, March 4th, up until March 5th. So make sure you get out and vote there that Tuesday and Wednesday. Vote your next student body president and vice president, your 21 ASMSU senators, and the outdoor recreation fee that's going to be on the ballot. Thank you all again for coming out today, and get to class.